Yeah, but
yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, he's cool, but that's fine. Go ahead and press B when you're ready to go. We have the incredible Ms. Tauriel. Beautifully lined.
Oh, no.
Your phone is ringing!
Sorry, can't talk now.
You answered it.
Okay, bye. Sorry.
Cooper Chance, Shadow Lord, Strength of the Pyramid, Rick Jarvis, Sam Ross. Good to see you guys. Verbans, good to see you as well. Normally we start talking to you guys and saying hello, hello, hello. Zendace, Witch King, the One Freeman, Vampire Luigi, great name. Christopher Patrick. Normally I love to read off all your guys' names, but we have this right now, so we'll be reading that in momentarily.
There's those two missing fingers.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, the light. Oh, that looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's cool. Eh?
Ooh, so we're gonna be hiding some or showing some stuff and talking about stuff, but let's begin with a very basic one before we do this.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit how one recruits orcs in the Blade of Galadriel.
Ah, well, that's really interesting. So I think it is, but you know,
I
I'm
mean,
pretty biased.
That's why we're talking about it.
But Tauriel has the new ring.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at
that.
Oh no! That was not quite ready there. You just go to that while I sort this out.
Okay, all right, everybody. Let me tell you guys a little. As he sorts this out a bit. All right, so recruitment of orcs in Blade of Galadriel is very interesting, based off the fact that if you remember that Tauriel herself said, like, she did not like the idea of using the ring. That was something that Galadriel encouraged her in that first cinematic we showed you 2 weeks ago. So there's a different way that Tauriel will be.
I had to go through a lot of trouble to track you down. The least you can do in return is make sure I have a good time killing you.
There's a different way that Tauriel will do the actual recruiting, which we'll show you momentarily once I can get Mike. Feel free to kill him, I guess, if you'd like. But I do believe that we have more to show people today. In fact, guys.
All right. Oh, he's laid down there.
He did, yeah, but I mean, people are gonna have a lot of questions. What the whole, like, why is he glowing? What was the little, like, hand power thing? Keep using executions. Hunter Affleck asks, can you free roam after the Blade of Galadriel story? I believe the answer to the one is yes. After you play all of the story missions, you can continue to play it. You've shown off Ignited. We were gonna hide that one for a little bit, but why not? It's pretty awesome.
Oh, a light gem.
Yeah, but we're not gonna explain that one 2-bit yet, all right?
Cool. Yes, so sorry. May I return to your earlier question now that he has been lit?
Ignited specifically.
Ignited. Yes, so she refuses to use the ring for the purpose of domination, and coercing the orcs to join her. So, to some extent, for various reasons that we don't want to spoil too much, they are joining you voluntarily.
Right.
In some ways, it's a little bit more like Ratbag, I think, was with Talion.
Oh, indeed.
So they're retaining their personalities. Mordor at this time, of course, is in a state of uproar and civil war.
What is the time right now in our shadow?
So as we can see from Tauriel's fingers, this is after the end of Act 3. So after the Bright Lord is now the union of Celebrimbor and Sauron on top of Barad-dûr.
Right.
And the newest Nazgul, or the newest one to join the ranks, Talion now has the Ring of Isildur.
We're just going to spoil everything right now. That's just,
you did that last week.
We did. I know. No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just letting you guys know. We are. Like, it's the end of the game.
Yes,
like,
yes, spoiler warning.
Yeah, I'm not making fun of you.
Yes.
I'm straight up letting you know. Sorry, I guess that was unclear. Yeah, we did that 2 weeks ago. That's the end of Shadow. I forgot to announce, as a reminder, big spoilers.
Should have said that.
Yeah, but it's been out. It's the DLC, first gameplay.
And so, in order to recruit the orcs, she's actually persuading them to join her, either by, impressing them with her skills.
I see Adam Atkinson saying date. We'll tell you later, but we'll let you know today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we will let you know today though. So pay attention a little bit.
It's soon.
You want to say it? You want to just ignore? Yeah, we can just say it now if you want to, but we just have to keep saying it because people are going to be watching.
We'll say it again, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like next Tuesday.
It is next Tuesday.
Tuesday, the 6th of February. So that's what I've been saving. I was actually wanted to play this in context at home.
Yeah, so it's basically, guys, we're going to show you a bunch of stuff today because we want to make you have the shortest of waits and also the most painful of ones, because now you didn't even know you were waiting for it, and now you can see a bunch of cool stuff. So, yep, there it is. There's the chat responding to that.
Oh, yes, yes.
So if all you guys are trying to finish up, oh, sorry.
Get ready, boys! This'll drive the buggers out! Meet the Bone Shaker!
If you save enough of his workers, you will gain his favor.
Alright, so for this, do the light, because it's the coolest like way to win this mission. It's just so, because you can use light to burn things away. It's an Italiano log? Oh man, when we made the line about like they're kind of like Ratbag, imagine the interesting personalities that was Ratbag and how his, like, much he was involved with Talion. And, oh, the light is really fun.
Finally! Someone who appreciates what I'm doing here!
What is it that you're doing here?
Only the greatest architectural achievement in Mordor, the first of its kind.
I think he's on his side, man. You're killing his dudes.
All forms of attack.
Still, you can work with them, but you still need to send a message.
Let's say I'm not against you.
Alright, so we're being quiet right now because we don't want to talk over his lines. But the thing is so, if you could explain, Mike. So we're playing this mission involving the Architect, and you mentioned involving like Ratbag, Olog, Da Vinci, Celebrun, best name ever. And the idea being that, oh, here we go, with more ghouls coming. The idea being that we are trying to recruit them via like a quid pro quo.
Yeah, they have their goals, their own. So in his case, he's the Architect. He has glorious plans for Mordor, and if you can actually be of use to him and help him in those plans, he's going to be willing to reciprocate and help you out.
Right. So could you fail in recruiting him?
Indeed you could. If you fail to, in the objective here, which is in fact to defend him, then he's not going to be, if you don't help him, he's not going to be helping you.
Right.
But it's just really moving away from that idea of it being about the ring of power and coercion to really working together with these orcs. And I think it just really speaks to just the state that Mordor is in at this time, where there is just so much chaos and infighting. They're willing to work against each other, work with you, even if it does involve working together with this elf.
Right. Oh,
his hammer is awesome as well.
I think you have to save his archers. That's what he was shouting at. Oh, he's moving on, so maybe not that part anymore. So, with that, what happens when you recruit an orc? Like, what is the benefit of having him with you?
That is a good question. I don't want to give too many spoilers away then, but basically, the other thing that's really cool with these guys is we're bringing in new skills and abilities. So, for example, you can see this guy's hammer, which is incredibly effective at smashing and bringing down walls and taking down enemies. So, on the one hand, he's obviously incredibly useful to have by your side in a fight, but on the other hand, we also want to give you some different ways to experience the fort assaults rather than just the straight up battle. So by picking the right allies, working with them and taking them into the assault really opens up sort of new ways to take down the forts and bring some new... Oh, what? I wasn't watching. Thanks, mate. Help me out.
This could be another opportunity for you to introduce the new healing that exists for...
Oh, that's exactly right. There we go. Oh, hang on. Let's make some space.
Maybe not yet. No, maybe not yet.
So, another thing where Tauriel is really just a better person than Talion, let's be honest.
You're just, like, morally so.
Is just a morally superior person. Is she's also not going to use the ring for the purposes of draining health from others. And because of the power of Galadriel and the light of Galadriel, she is in fact able to heal herself in combat as well. So
right. Instead of draining that from the
exactly. She is just a better human being.
cool to see your health going up whilst poisoned.
Whilst poisoned,
Yeah.
Hard to poison up. But I just even love her new movement as well, just this sort of elven agility.
Oh, absolutely. Like, oh look, this would be a fun time to turn everybody into a big old gloop of
I
ignition.
haven't got, where's my animal?
Oh yeah, no, you don't have it yet.
Ah, no, so we haven't.
No, you have unlocked it. You just don't have the might. Oh, because of the this is a really early like level of the character. Also, what was the other one? Yeah, really early level. So I haven't leveled her up a lot yet. I love the disappeariness. Ooh, more story.
He thinks it's so important. Why isn't he?
Oh, look at his plans.
This is my masterpiece, she-elf. My shrine to orc greatness, to Mordor itself.
It's a shrine to something.
You did great work here today, and with my archers gone, I'm going to need protection. I don't pay much, but you'll have no shortage of glory. Consider yourself hired.
I won't disappoint you.
Oh man, I love that line. So we did get a skill point, but I don't want to show them a bunch of the abilities yet. I think I would like to kind of do it if we're playing with them and they see them in action. I think that's cool, but I'll let them like actually optimize and figure it out in what, 5 days? 5 days. So I really like to make you guys wait on that one.
It's so cool. It's so fun to just have the building the connections with recruiting these guys through actual relations and gameplay, rather than just suffer me now.
Oh, totally. I see a couple people saying El Tauriel has a
14
wraith,
lacks in
and
humanity.
no,
Makes up for
actually.
in strength.
She has the Ring of Power from Celebrimbor, so
can
it
see on her
means
hand.
yeah, she certainly is visible in the Wraith world because of that. In the same way that Frodo was when he had on the ring, or the other ring wraith. So
Right.
yeah, that is a consequence of having the Ring of Power.
But she doesn't have like
A separate wraith. It's
Yeah.
all yep. She's on her own.
Indeed. So with that, feel free to run around a little bit, or I can just continue to ask you a couple questions because there were.
I got a skill point, but
You do have a skill. I'm telling you can't yet. It's but I mean, one of the things that I thought was pretty fun that you also wanted to talk about, but let me make sure I get some of these questions. So these guys can work with us. Can any of these guys we work with betray us at any point?
Well,
No comment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really like the chain move version of it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, well, they're not magically compelled by the power of the ring to follow you. So, you know, if they decide that you aren't worth their loyalty, then absolutely they're going to be able to change their minds on that.
Cool. So there are some moves that have carried over, like what we're calling the Spirit Strike, which is similar to the Shadow Strike. I love all the new animations that go with her too. Is this
The
telling
movement
you
ones are great.
Oh, yeah.
The dodge.
the dodge and the rolls? People are, is it February 6th? Yeah, February 6th. So 5 days. You can count them. I'm gonna hold up my hand for a second. So other questions we have. We showed off the light ability that you're burning people up, and you're showing some of the other examples of it, and some of the similarities that do still exist. Now, before we jump too far into it, because we're gonna also have, if you want to stay, you're welcome to. When a threat comes in, we do some focusing on the legendary gear set that we want to show everybody. Which
Oh wow, cool.
that he will be here in about 7 minutes. So, but I have a couple other things that I want to chat to you about, if you remember, or we can talk to, which is some of the free DLC that comes with Quid
Oh, yes.
for all the players, not just the buyers of this, but also like what different changes you'll be getting to interact with. Do you want me to rattle one off and you want to talk to it?
Sure.
Cool. So one of the things that I'm pretty stoked about is that they're going to be new orc traits, and what I mean by like a new orc trait is if you guys remember something like, let's say, I'm trying to think of one of my favorites. Oh, if you know, like throwing bombs or that kind of thing, if you were a destroyer.
Well, a good one is the hammer
The hammer
that we
hitting
just
the ground.
saw
Yeah.
from the architect. So all of the traits we've added in for these new orcs, they're not the only guys who are going to get those
Right.
traits. Yeah.
So in the Shadow of War main game, you will have guys who are hitting the ground with the same crashing and that kind of thing. Or another one of mine that oh man, I have a couple of them written up there. Do you have a preference on me saying one or hiding one of those?
Oh, I see. Skins are cool.
Skins are cool. It's this one I think is really interesting.
Oh yes.
Can we talk about that one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. That one I think is cool.
Oh no! Sappers.
Oh, we got a motor.
The eyes. I can see his teeth. They're like X-ray.
Yeah, well, that's the effect of the light.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Should go to a dentist.
So, open up the Mordor dentistry process. It's hello, we just gotta pull them out again. So one of the things that exists in the free DLC, besides like hitting the ground and causing, you know, tremors and damage that way from some Ologs, they're going to be what we're kind of. The best way to describe them is that you will have gifts from your followers. They will, and you'll see what that is. Actually, I'm not going to explain it too much, but just know that your followers will do some other things, where they'll come and provide you something, and it's actually pretty cool. There'll be some other things like photo mode. We'll have more enhancements, and we'll do a stream that will be focusing on that. I think we've already talked about the skins, but you'll be able to play as Galadriel in like the actual main game with the skin.
As Tauriel, not Galadriel.
Tauriel.
Yeah,
It's okay. Galadriel in her dress will show up with 2 swords. It'll be awesome. Let's see. And this one is actually one that I'm really excited about because everybody's been very interesting about. So for those of you who found that Troy Baker at the end of Shadow of War going during the domination sequences.
Actually, yeah, what are you talking about? That's one of the best.
Yeah, you want,
you
want that one?
Yeah, so we've got new VO for Dark Talion for those and for some other stuff as well. So yeah, through the Shadow Wars, Dark Talion is going to have VO.
So it's new VO, but voiceover, meaning that you will have him say things. It won't be just grunting, which I personally loved the grunting Troy Baker.
He will still periodically grunt. There'll still be the odd grunt here and there, but yes, he will have other lines as well around missions
and
domination. Yeah, that's.
So there will every once in a while be a grrr still for people like me who loved it. But there's new VO for it, and one of the other things that I want to hint at that it will exist as well, which is that there will be some changes a little bit to not all behavior and that kind of thing, but marksman orcs, for example, will have a slightly different AI where they're more likely to get you from above and various things like that, which is going to be lots of fun. Ah, he moans no more, and the bombs are flying off. You can take a picture of this beautiful moment.
Oh, and new gems as well.
And new gems. It's we'll let you guys discover more about those new gems and that kind of thing as we go to it. But we have 3 minutes before our lovely Brett comes in, and so he'll be showing up soon.
The stats page as well. That's pretty cool.
It's I thought that would take longer. You did very well with the architect mission.
That was fun. I just love the light.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about the light and what it does. So, when you shine light on a character, do you want to actually walk through the explanation a little bit more in depth?
Yeah, so the light, which projects from the gauntlet, so of Galadriel, and also from the brooch. So it's the power from that is used to heal you. So really, it's the light of Galadriel as Frodo was carrying in the phial of Galadriel, so to light our way in dark places. And as that builds up, as that blinds your enemies, once they're blinded, then they're vulnerable to be immediately finished off as well. The other thing where she's cool as well as the light, I think, is with her bow. So in combat, whereas Talion's got his quick throw just with the daggers, but he can do them infinitely, but they're not as powerful. She can quick throw using the bow. So it'll spend an arrow, but it's a lot more powerful. The throwing daggers as well.
That's a fun one for sure. Actually, if you could, whilst doing the bow quick shot or holding out the light, get a photo mode going so we can kind of show off a little bit.
The light?
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta get it's a little hard.
You need like an octopus finger situation. See if you can do it. This is the challenge.
You've turned photo mode off, haven't you?
I have not.
I'm clicking.
It's Y and the stick in.
Oh, it's a terrible shot. It's myself being eviscerated. That's atrocious.
It's okay. You could. I wanted to, when you were talking about showing how the light comes from the gauntlet, I wanted to try to take a shot where that was going on, but it would require you to do the stick and B and Y at the same time. It's pretty close.
Yeah, down a bit. A bit of the gauntlet.
It's dropping the blade.
I just like the missing fingers.
Oh yeah, it's good fun. Let's see. So I'm looking through chat right now. Feel free to ask questions, and we'll be able to answer to more of those things. It's another guy with the light effect hitting him. So, oh, there was a question which is, so there are new pieces of armor for Tauriel. In fact, we're going to show you guys in a little bit, once we have the designer of the abilities in that armor comes in.
Look at all these other missions.
There are tons. We're not doing them. Sit. No. No.
Hint the name. Oh, can I just tease the
You just
names?
show the names, who the Bow of Morgoth could be.
Yeah.
Actually, teasing the names is cute. Go ahead.
You sure there's something out here?
How do we initiate the DLC? You download it on February 6th.
Oh, but to play it once you're in, it's just in through the quest menu.
Right.
Yep.
And it's also when you're doing start game. That's another one. So, I won't tell you how many skills are going to be. There are going to be a bunch of new ones, but you'll see. Let's see. Who's the voice actor for Talion Nazgul last Darkblade? That would be Troy Baker. Yes. Troy Baker is the voice of Talion.
And Laura Bailey as Tauriel.
Mm-hmm.
And Jennifer Hale as Galadriel.
Ooh.
You won't escape.
King Cobra, yes, through the main menu is how you access it. Morgoth, people are talking about this. The Thrall. Ooh.
He's cool. Cool, alright.
Oh. Can we talk about, I'm gonna, one sec, guys. Alright, so this is another one that I just wanted to make sure about this. So, you want to drop the actual info of this one?
Yeah, so we're introducing all of these cool new characters, Nooks, like the Architect, like the Thrall, like the Bow of Morgoth, these different guys we're going to encounter.
Right.
And they're, of course, legendary orcs, but when you get the DLC, all of those guys are also available to go back into the main game through the Garrison as well. So
Right.
I mean, that's really exciting. So we get all these new legendary orcs, and that's cool, but I think I'm even more excited about the fact that the new abilities that they all introduce
absolutely.
also go throughout the entire Nemesis system as well. I think that's really fun.
So, as a player, there's going to be, like, that all the story orcs that exist in the game, you can now bring over to the main game, Shadow of War, and have that, like, all those friends. So if there's any particular orcs that you think is really cool, that you like here, and then they all follow the same general orc behavior, right? So you can make them an enemy if you wanted to. And
Absolutely, yep.
So, for those of you who really want to go up against an evil version of Olag Da Vinci,
Yes.
then you're totally welcome to if you want to do that.
And of course, the thing we're not showing here today is the story of Tauriel going up against Dark Talion himself.
Yeah, it's, we'll let you guys have fun and discover some of that stuff. Someone's asking us to die to a grunt. He's like, do you want to see a captain show up? Is that the mindset?
Or the Death Taunts.
The Death Taunts? I mean, so one thing is, because she has the Ring of Power, she does in fact come back after dying. Can Tauriel not mount beasts if she refuses to dominate?
That's correct.
No, she can mount.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of Baronov. Silly me. Yes. She has still got the Ring of Power.
Let's not
yes.
talk about desolations
Yes,
later.
Yes, sorry.
So,
Yes.
Tauriel can totally mount beasts still.
Oh, we weren't supposed to go in here.
Oh, we
They
were.
tricked us.
Oh no!
We were tricked. Turn it off.
No! Yeah! Not yet.
Kidding.
We were wanting to
Cunning.
hide some things. Wanted to hide some things. Okay, so we gotta get Brett in here. He should be
Alright.
showing up sooner now. Do you want
Do you want me to round him up?
Yeah, if you
All
can.
right, I will round Brett
You're,
up.
you're welcome to come back if you'd like.
Thank you.
Mike, it's
That
always
was
a pleasure
fun.
to have you here.
I'm looking forward to this. I'm just looking forward to playing at home.
It's good. Guys, we're going to play some more too. We had to hide real quick because you tricked us. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mordor
man.
is a poor substitute for the Undying Lands.
Oh,
I have
man.
asked much of you, Tauriel, but You know what is at stake.
They got you. Well, I hope you guys didn't see what we were trying to hide. I think I covered it in time. But while we wait for just a moment, excuse me as I brutalize a guy real quick. Thanks, Dark Sun. Alright, let me just clear out for a moment. Get our Brett in here. And I'll let you guys look at these gorgeous gems and wonder, what could they be? What could they mean? Whoa, there's another one. So, and there's a comment that I saw, which I want to make sure, you know, I guess I'm going to go back up. Back up the Palantir. Or, excuse me. Hi, dear. We can watch the replay later. Psh. Brett Cannon. Oh, yeah, he needs it. You know what? While he's coming in, I think I'm going to take this opportunity to walk you guys through what I wanted to show. We were talking about gear, right? Some cool pieces of gear. See some gems, doing some gem things. Let me, real quick, show you guys the Feral Legendary gear. Because that's what we were talking about today. See, there is still massive changes in the character's design. You can still mix and match if you prefer. So, the cloaked orc is sick. Oh yeah, he's pretty fun. So now, let's talk a little bit about this. Today, Brett and I, when Brett shows up, specifically, we're going to ask him some more questions and have you guys deliver some more questions as well. But we're going to be talking about in showing off the set bonuses. Specifically the set bonuses. Now, the reason why I'm saying specifically the set bonuses is if you look above the set bonuses, where we have the legendary bits, you will see that things like well-timed counters instantly kill enemy grunts. Now we have Mr. Beautiful and Talented Brett Cutler showing up. Oh, you have a water. You're coming in with a beer. I was like, is that where you've been?
No, this is water.
This is water. Yes, it is water.
Water.
Oh, it's water. Everybody, the beautiful and talented Brett Cutler.
Oh, hey, you're all bigger now.
Yeah, they're all bigger right now.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's much easier to read. So, one of the things that we have in here is that we just started showing them the designs of the new armor set. And there's many different legendary sets.
Yeah.
And you, in fact, are the guy who designed a lot of these abilities.
Indeed I did.
Yes. So, like I mentioned, we can chat about, or we're going to show off the set bonuses, and then we'll chat about the other abilities. But yeah, you know, have some fun. But if you like, let's start with the very simple one, which is, what was the idea on how to separate the Tauriel experience from, like, the Talion experience?
Sure. Well, she is an assassin.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to emphasize some of those aspects. She's quick, she's fast, she's an elf, so she's really good at ranged. And her stealth is, like, her ability to pop in on a situation and just, like, wreak havoc all of a sudden.
Right.
Not to be trifled with.
Not to be trifled with, indeed.
Sometimes we emphasize her new abilities, like playing up the new stuff she can do. There's certain things...
Cone of Light.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
You've been playing around with that?
It's Mike and I totally were just burning things. He actually, so we didn't plan to show people ignited, but a dude surprised us and he just killed him and ignited him, and I was like, well, I didn't, oh well, ignited everybody. Oh, now people are questioning Light Trap. That we're just hinting at things. You'll see in Tuesday, remember, February 6th is Tuesday. So, yeah.
Exciting. But sometimes she gets to play similar to Talion's domain. Like, she can control beasts. She can ride them. And so she has a gear set based on commanding beasts that does a bunch of different stuff from what Talion gets. Talion's beast set, some of you guys might have it, is about summoning beasts faster. It's about being able to mighty shot them.
Right.
And take them over right away.
Maybe this, maybe this. I don't know. I'm having fun because I'm just showing the names of abilities, and then they have things related.
Are you teasing people?
Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, seriously, like look at it. They're like, "What's a light trap? What's an elven star?" It's like, I don't know.
Elven star.
I'm having fun. Please continue, Brett.
What else? So her gear has a primary property, just like Talion, kind of based on the set theme.
Right.
But because we were able to hand pick the second one, When Talion gets legendary gear, the second property is randomly generated.
Right, randomly generated.
Mm-hmm. So you get that opportunity to be like, oh, I got the Fiery Warmonger set, and I got a really good secondary fire property on it.
Right.
Or maybe you got something else that kind of goes well with it. Hers is handpicked with new attributes for both, so it really starts to build into certain playstyles.
So the idea being that you yourself chose each one of these and crafted them so that when you're playing as Altara, it's way more focused in designing a build.
It really is, and because she doesn't have like the entire network of Talion, she's like more compact. We can really push how far you can go. We can do things that we would never be able to pull off with Talion just because we're worried about like Shadow War balancing and stuff like that. That's and it's more here. It's like, wouldn't it be cool if? And there's nobody going, no, that's just unreasonable.
Right. So basically, any that wouldn't it be cool if is what we got to do. I like that. Also, if you guys note, we killed Aslar for this one. Aslar of the Caves specifically. So
did you talk about the new UI for the gear?
No, this UI actually, if you guys notice the feral indicator up here, this is going to go over to Shadow of War main game as well.
Yeah.
So you guys will be able to see more easily what levels everything is.
And it totally refreshes like how it looks and where the guy you killed goes and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So this is actually the new UI that will show up in Shadow of War main as well.
But yeah, so somebody noticed the gear challenges as well. So one thing that's changed, the gear challenges for her are more, the way that you acquire them and the way that you upgrade them are more based on a challenge. With Talion, you're getting new gear all the time. So a lot of what the gear challenges have to walk a fine line between this is going to take too long, so I'm just going to leave it alone.
Right.
And this is kind of a fun thing to do while I'm doing it. Hers are, this can actually be a challenge. Like, figure out how it works, kind of figure out how the mechanics work.
Kill a Drake while mounted on a Graug.
Yes.
Like so it's almost like you're creating a bit of a puzzle that creates the mastery of understanding of how to play.
Also, have you done that?
I have not done that.
It is so cool looking.
Should we try to find a Graug?
Sure.
I mean, maybe that's what we'll do with this. Just let everybody look at this guy again. Isn't he sexy? And we're going
like
up.
that guy.
So, just so you're aware, anything about Mr. Talion of the Nazgul, we are not talking about right now. Just as a reminder.
I don't know anything.
Exactly, and I'm reminding all you guys that But now, and also we haven't talked about the gems specifically. I'm letting people discover what that will be and how they work. But it should be relatively obvious to anybody who's playing, especially because as we talked about, there's still legendary gear that exists. And we're just not going to show you how you specifically go after those orcs, that kind of thing. Would you like to play, actually?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, we have to do all the set bonus abilities as well. We're going to... don't go to army screen. Also.
I need to...
reverse the camera, of course. I'm never going to play because of that alone. So we want to show that Cone of Light does damage to beasts, because it normally does not, now it can. And we also want to show that when you've dominated a beast, it will immediately join your side once you have multiple beasts, because they spread out like in waves.
Well, do you remember that there's a Shadow of the Past mission in Island, or in
Nurnen. We're not pre-launch anymore.
Using my dev terms here. But there's a mission where you have to ride a dire Caragor, and as you ride it, it like breaks. It breaks all the other Caragors out of the cages.
Yeah.
And they all join your side. And that feels really cool when it happens, so I kind of wanted to get that feeling again. But do it wherever you are. So it's her 4-set bonus. When you are mounted, you are just like the leader of the pack.
Also, feel free to use any ability that you want to, but we have skills to unlock, but if you want to quickly unlock some of those, I want to hide it because I don't want people to look and see it yet.
Well, here's the ability I'm going to use. Ammo!
But I'm just giving you a heads up that if you want to unlock it and use that ability, I'm going to hide it real quick, but you can use it in the game, okay? But we're going to let people be like, what the hell is that? And try to figure it out. That's the plan. That's an interesting question. Why no Dire Graug or Dire Drake? I mean, we have the Graugs that are of the super other abilities. You can dominate him right now with just...
Oh, I don't know. I see what you mean.
Up. Hide? Okay.
Yeah.
Hiding. Hello, you guys. Look at these eyes just above our heads. There you go. Just look at these. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You're good.
I think I got what I need.
You're good.
Good buddy. Gonna do that.
No comments.
Blast him down. Get on my new friend. All right.
Cheers for hiding. So anyway, now we're going to be able to demonstrate and show you guys what happens when you have a bunch of other dudes showing up while she's mounted. Remember to eat dudes? There you go. Okay, is enraged. Immediately, 2 Caragors are just instantaneously dominated.
If you wanted a pack, a Graug leading a pack of Caragors.
What have you done to your cat?
Well, you know.
Oh man. Just knocks that guy out of there.
Not
Of that ground work. Everything is mine.
Well, orcs travel to the main game naturally without player input. They go to your garrison, is your specific question. I've missed who asked that question, but they don't arrive dominated. They become dominated when they're nearby you and you have the full, or the set bonus of 4 on. Inverting the camera is an abomination. Be nice. Gatho Blaster, I'm not ignoring YouTube chat. I'm answering questions for you guys.
There you go. Got a new Caragor, buddy.
No new Caragor. We have lots to show you guys. So we've now shown the ability to dominate multiple guys. We can try to do that step. I think going after a Drake, showing that like Graug and unlocking that. But that will be. You might have to take off some of the set because otherwise you'll be dominated when he comes near you.
Well, or just get off the beast.
Oh, that could work too. Can you put the main game orcs into DLC? There isn't a garrison transfer into Blade of Galadriel. Main reason I think so. That's the case. I don't think we have that because specifically from Galadriel's point of view, she doesn't want to use guys like that. So yeah, now you can see his health's going down. But interestingly, you also dominate the guy. Oh,
Nice. Get on.
Hurt him down till he's dominatable.
Yeah. Just a little bit of that good laser.
Let's see.
So finding a Drake is actually part of the challenge in its own right.
Because you can't summon one right now.
Right. If I find another Graug though.
So right now, I've seen a couple questions about other free DLC. I'm not going to talk about the other free DLC that's coming. Primarily, the changes that exist though in the game are if it's affected Tauriel, you won't necessarily see an equivalent on Tauriel in the main game. But if it's like new orcs and new orc traits, you should see a main game version of that, i.e. like the ground pound or a couple other things.
Sure.
The Bow of Morgoth, for example, might have a cool ability that you could see in other orcs again. Can you please remove all the green trees from Minas Morgul? It's Arbor Day all the time, Arbor Day all the time. Blade of Gondor, there is free DLC that comes with this, but this is not, the Blade of Galadriel is paid DLC that for if you bought Gold Edition, you'll get on Tuesday completely. Nazgul fights, do they exist? I have no comment. Whoa. Oh, don't go in the fortress.
Okay. Fortress.
We're keeping things away from y'all. So we can play Tauriel in the main game. No comment. How many legendary sets? No comment. Glad you like the assassination. Still looking for a Drake.
I sure am. Or actually just more monster bait.
More monster bait.
Yeah.
To do more demonstrations. I think you should go after. Let's see. I'm gonna give you a couple more minutes to look, and then I think that'll be good. And I think people have learned what it is about the Blade of Galadriel.
I didn't get to upgrade it in the fancy new upgrade.
You haven't yet done the fancy new upgrade, but you could show. She does have other weapons that I have upgraded, so you can grab one of those real quick just to show an upgrade.
Or like one of the swords.
Yeah.
Sword or dagger.
Mm-hmm. Because there was the standard one.
Yeah.
So that you guys can have a comparison real quick between her starting ability. Prince Overkill, you know what you're doing Tuesday? Nice. No comment about that question of more fortresses. No comment. And also
2 different colors.
the 2 different colors.
Well, you can see when she has them on her back.
Yeah.
There's the 2 different sheaths.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she'll use them both for her attacks.
Oh, that makes perfect sense because she has the dagger and then the main sword.
Right. But
Right.
she doesn't discriminate that much.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense because we had that in,
I do that.
we had that in Shadow of War main game as well, where this is where you had, but in my head, I guess I didn't imagine having double colored blades. Will you only be able to play in Pure Thunder? I'm not going to tell you how many regions you can play with. That's how I'm going to do that. It's more than 1. But I think actually at this point, we've given you guys a lot of enjoyment and excitement to see what can happen. I had to get this whole legendary set before I showed you guys all this. There are story missions. There's other orc recruitment things that you're gonna have to do. Brett's having a good time just knocking people off.
And then
the
he's
wall.
spun 360 degrees and then in midair, off of the ledge.
Nice.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm having you. I like that I'm having you just play around it. I think that's good because I want to show off the different animations and different versions, like that run with the double slashing. Matthew Swift wants a clarification on the free and pay DLC. The comment is basically if you buy the game, and we will have free DLC that is arriving on Tuesday. We also have the Blade of Galadriel DLC arriving on Tuesday. So to be as clear as possible, that means that if you owned the main game, but didn't buy Blade, you still have access to all that free stuff.
I want you to see the one that makes you blind.
If you have purchased Blade of Galadriel or the Gold Edition, then you will also have access to this. Just want to be clear. Blade of Gondor, why do you take so much damage? Right now we're on Nemesis difficulty. So, I don't know what to tell you for that one. So there's going to be a video that will explain the changes come with the update. David MB115, there will be streams, in fact, that will talk about the changes of free DLC, walking through the photo mode and that kind of thing. What is the free stuff? We've only hinted at it. We haven't given it all to you. But note that there will be new orc traits that are related to what we've seen with the orcs. Things like when the architect was hitting the ground and ghouls were coming up. There's also one where he hit the ground, which does damage. Though I don't recall if the architect actually, he's the only one who gets the ghoul one. But there is a ground pound for the bulldogs now that causes damage. Specifically to buildings. Yeah.
Oh, he's just gonna fall down.
He's just gonna fall in a cool way.
Oh, buddy.
But do not use that skill point yet, alright? You gotta give me a lot of headroom before we do so. Is there a free beards DLC for orcs? No comment.
Like, do orcs normally have to pay for beards?
I guess they do.
Like, I could totally see if their captain institutes a beer fee, or a beard fee in Brog.
Let's see. Okay, I feel like that was a good demonstration of what we have with Blade of Galadriel. Now, what I want to talk about, real quick, is a reminder for you guys, and I'm going to show this in a second. Feel free to run around and do some stabby stabs. I want to remind everybody that this month, in main game Shadow of War, as well as in main game Shadow of War, when you're doing challenges, specifically are like the weekly challenges that come up, like the one that's happening right now, Suffer Me Now, which is where you shame your enemies to complete this week's community challenge. Well, you will be getting legendary training orders in those, meaning, and very importantly meaning, that you'll be able to make a legendary orc, right? So a legendary training order, you do the shaming a bunch of guys, you get the training order, you apply that, you get yourself a legendary orc, you kill that guy, get legendary armor, or have yourself with a legendary orc. And this is going to be given out for, I think, every single week challenge we have this entire month. So for those of you guys who've been looking to get more legendary orcs, make sure to be doing the challenges this month because you will be getting those legendary orcs. And you'll also be likely playing a lot of Blade of Galadriel and wanting to see what these new abilities do in the main game when you're seeing some of those other guys. Yeah, that'll be pretty fun. I want to point you guys also to it. I'm going to have to stop the gameplay now because we're going to Actually, you know what? Hey, hold on, I think I can show it over here real quick.
No, it's
Let's see. There's questions. It's so much fun. Alright, but why does she have the spear? It's a glaive, right? It's an elven tool. But I think, actually, I think with that, I think it's we've covered everything that we wanted to cover for the stream.
she can do mounted.
She can do mounted quick shot? Ooh, that looks good. That looks really cool. I didn't know we could do that.
She's just like, no, I'm gone.
Alright. See you guys.